Mamdani holds huge lead in mayor's race, Times Siena poll finds. Zohran Mamdani, the Democratic nominee in the New York City mayoral race, is way ahead of his three rivals, but his lead would diminish considerably if the field shrank to a two-man race. He's at 46%. If the 2025 New York City mayoral election were held today, who would you vote for? And as far as I understand, it's over anyway. The ballots are already being printed. So these guys are going to be on the ballots regardless. Even if Eric Adams dropped out and endorsed Andrew Cuomo, which is not likely to happen, even if Curtis Sliwa dropped out, which I think is the less likely option out of all of this, and endorsed Andrew Cuomo, their names are still on the ballot. And therefore, there are going to be a lot of people who vote for them regardless. There's going to be a lot of people who just simply go, yeah, I didn't hear it. I still voted for my guy. Ultimately, this is the reason why I think these guys are incredibly desperate, and they'll get even more racist as the election nears. I suspect that they'll do a big push around 9/11 as well to try to associate Zohran Mamdani with 9/11 because they're just leaning on Islamophobia. That's it. Zohran is Muslim. They're trying to be like, yeah, Muslim guy kind of did 9/11. His people did 9/11. Remember 9/11? His people did it. Do you want an insider to do 9/11 again? Like that type of shit. That's basically what they're doing. They're just hitting the racism line. The poll found that 46% of likely voters currently plan to choose Mr. Mamdani, the Democratic nominee, in a four-way race. By comparison, 24% of likely voters in New York City said they would support former Governor Andrew M. Cuomo, who is running as an independent after losing June's Democratic primary. 15% were back the Republican candidate Curtis Sliwa, and 9% favored Mayor Eric Adams, the scandal-scarred incumbent who is running on an independent line. The survey captured the state of the race in early September at a moment of unusual flux. The day after polling began, the New York Times reported that President Trump and powerful figures in New York City were endeavoring to create a one-on-one contest between Mr. Cuomo, 67, and Mr. Mamdani, a 33-year-old state assemblyman and Democratic socialist. The new poll suggested Mr. Mamdani's success so far is rooted in two factors. This is huge. Voters' personal regard for him and their sense that he is best positioned to address the two top electoral issues, affordability and housing costs. Oh my God, this is so shocking. Who could have thought that if you just listen to the people's demands, the people's wishes, the people's points of pain and chose to address them, that they would respond positively to your candidacy? Who could have foreseen this? So shocking. No, it's the voting base that is out of touch. Exactly. They simply don't understand the dangers that Mamdani presents. If only we could do a couple more attack ads on him, then they would know. Then they would know how dangerous it is. Around 60% of likely voters said Mr. Mamdani was inspirational, had good character, and cared about people like them. He's the only candidate viewed positively by a majority of voters, despite months of attacks against him.